Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. It's been a while since I did the last video on VeChain. Don't really want to spend too much time on it. Give you a brief update on where we are, where we could be heading. With VeChain, we can see that we made a peak this year in April, came all the way up to 28 cents. And then the peak that we made here in September was far lower than that. That was at around 16 cents here, and it was just 50% of what we made in April. We can identify a descending trend line here with 1, 2, 3 touch points. I think it's a valid trend line. We might be getting some serious resistance here when we get up to that level again. It's currently sitting at 13 cents. So we also have the price being held down by this cluster of moving averages at the moment. So on the daily here, we've got the price just sitting below the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. Had another so-called death cross here where the 50-day moving average is crossing below the 200-day moving average. Not a very good sign, but you can see that we have support and resistance here currently between the 20-day moving average, which is that green-blue line, and then this is the 20-day moving average here, the short-term moving average, and between the 50 and the 200, which are these two lines here, the blue and the yellow one. So we can find resistance and support. Very strange at the moment that these provide resistance and support at the moment. We can also see that should we push up, I think we will certainly face some resistance here at 13 cents. That is that descending trend line that we would need to break through. I think if we break through that, we'll get some nice moves to the upside. You know, on the daily, we can identify a few critical levels here. And one of them is certainly here, that sort of a range, but around 14 cents is the first one. And the next one, then we could get up to that high here, which looks a bit like a cup shape thing. Yeah, it's more like a double bottom. But you've got the neckline of that, which is sitting at 16 cents, which was also the, or 15.6. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, sitting at 15.7 cents. And that is the high that we made here in September. But again, it's far away from what we made early in the year in April, but that is the high that we need to get above really to, I think, continue our move to the upside. And when we get above that, I think that we could get fairly easily, first of all, to something like here, 18, 19 cents. That was a high here. That's sort of the first level that I can see. And then above that, the range here, it's a bit of a range then that we've got here because of all these long wicks. So then we could tackle the 24-cent area. But at the moment, sorry, we are still below that descending trend line. That's the first big obstacle that we need to get above. I can't see it dropping much more. I'm honest. I think VeChain has a lot to catch up, I think. And, you know, Bitcoin has performed much better than VeChain at the moment. I think you can compare VeChain sort of in sense of the chart a little bit with Cardano. It's not really moving at all. A lot of people disappointed by Cardano at the moment, but VeChain isn't performing much better in my view. And if we add the Fibonacci levels to the chart here, then we can see also that one of the important Fibonacci retracement levels is providing here support, or did provide support here, which is the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level down here, which is sitting at 7.6 cents, 7.7. So that provided some support here, and we're currently trading between the 0.5 and the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement levels. So the 0.5 is sitting at 10.5 cents, and the 0.382 is sitting at 11.7 cents. So we already came down to the 0.786 in this retracement here, and that was already quite low. That was lower than, for example, Cardano came down. Cardano didn't even quite get down to the 0.618, which was the golden pocket. So the 0.618 here, the golden ratio, the golden pocket for the VeChain chart is currently sitting at 9.3 cents. So, you know, we got below that, but since then we are making higher lows now, and we're trading between these moving averages. So what we certainly need to get to, just to finalize and finish this video, is certainly that orange line. We need to get above that. We can see a very similar chart that we saw with Bitcoin before we moved up. If we just compare it to Bitcoin, you know, we're sort of on this level here still, whereas Bitcoin already broke above that previous high here. but you can clearly see that VeChain is still below that previous high. So if we assume that some altcoins like Cardano, like VeChain will catch up, then we can be certain that this will take place, and this will take us then above the 16 cents. Well, 1 second, let me just zoom out a little bit. No, in the first instance, it needs to take it needs to take us above this important level here, these previous highs. So that's the very first level at 12.4 cents. These 3 highs that you have here, I think that's the very first obstacle. And when we get above the 12.4 cents, then we have this important descending line that I think will hold us down potentially. And that is, as I said, currently sitting at 13.2. But as I said, I can't see it drop much lower. You know, if we lose that 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, yes, I think we could come down to that golden pocket again, or even to that low here, but I can't see it drop down much further. We already came down to the 0.786, and I can't see it drop down much further, to be honest. Generally, also looking at the indicators here, just on the daily, we can see there is some scope to the upside, you know, here in terms of the indicators. Let me just zoom in a little bit. The RSI, because the RSI is in the bullish range, so actually I expect a move to the upside or an attempted breakout above that line, because we are not in the bearish range anymore and we have scope to the upside. Also, we made a bullish cross here on the MACD, and we made a green or a long, we have a long signal on the ADX line, so I expect something quite soon. I think a move to the upside also here on the 4 hour. We are not overbought, and we are, I think, just about to make a bullish cross here on the MACD, potentially on the 4 hour. So yeah, I think we will attempt a breakout to the upside, and the first level to watch here is that 12.3 cent level, which is marked by these 3 highs that we made here on the 9th, the 12th, and the 16th of September. Alright, so hopefully you liked that update. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.